Hello everybody and welcome to the No Nonsense Transfer Show powered by Snickers Protein. My name is James Alcott and with me as always is my boy Flav. Flav, it's great to be back, isn't it?
It's fantastic to be back. I want to thank everyone at Snickers Protein for getting us back on the Ball Street channel. It's been a long time coming and it's given us a great opportunity to talk about all the transfers that are going to be happening over this transfer window. Just thing I do want to say, Jim, is that the Snickers Protein bar has 30% less sugar and more protein than the standard Snickers bar.
That's a crucial point, well made there, Flav. Another important point is the fact that we will be on this channel live chatting to you lot on February the 1st, deadline day itself. 4 hours of content with me, Flav and all the Ball Street family, so make sure you join us February the 1st. Right, let's get into these transfer stories, kicking off with news or nonsense.
Various sources have said that Erling Haaland is wanted by Chelsea and Manchester United. Obviously, why wouldn't they? He's probably the biggest young star in world football at the moment. There were some issues between Man United and Haaland's team because Man United dilly-dallied around the release fee when he was at Salzburg. Dortmund came in and bought him, but now Man United want to come back. What do you reckon of that, Jim?
Well, yeah, first of all, I think it's important that you use the phrase dilly-dally. I think that's crucial in this. Because, yeah, official sources claim that they have been dillying and or dallying.
But Man United do dilly-dally around transfer
Well,
deals.
do you know, that is exactly the problem. That was the point I was going to make, is that this is not a new thing when it comes to Man United. Man United, if you're listening, guys, stop dilly-dallying on this, guys. This is a generational talent, Erling Haaland. The guy is so prolific already. You could have got it done for 80 million then. They could get it done now in January. There is that release clause there, but I think...
Well, can I stop you there, Jim?
Well, please do.
The release clause actually apparently isn't activated till next summer. So the release clause does exist in Dortmund's contract with him, but it's not till next summer.
Okay.
Which changes things.
That does change things.
That's not to say that both teams can't go out and spend more money on him, but the rumours are that he's happy to stay at Dortmund and wants to carry on playing it.
I guess there becomes this like pressure point for Man United and for Dortmund that, you know, yes, there is this release clause. So how much more is he actually worth and how much can we get that's kind of in between that number and the release clause? When it comes to Chelsea, I would just say stop buying players. You know, take a breath.
Got enough.
Yeah, this Haaland will be going to Man United, I feel like it's just, I just think it's been going on for so long. He's a great striker. For, I guess the only other place that maybe he does end up going is Man City. He's got links there in terms of his father. But I just feel like Man United are going to get their man sooner or later. What do you think?
I mean, it would be huge. And if they win the league this season, even more incentive for Haaland to go there. But he can go wherever he wants. He literally is a rare occasion where a player, because of this having the intelligence to put this clause in, which gives him all the power in the world, he knew his value. He knew he'd be worth much more than 63 million euros when the time came when that clause was going to be activated. And he's just giving him the picking of every club. Man United are still huge. Real Madrid are big. There's not a great... The rumours are that the money perhaps isn't there in Spain anymore. So Man United, Man City makes sense to me, Jim.
Sky Sports, with the help of Fabrizio Romano, actually, more of him later in this show, are reporting that Eriksen is going to make that return to Tottenham in what is probably the saddest transfer story, certainly of the week, probably the month, maybe the year. It's a sad situation, Flav, that Eriksen finds himself in, having gone to Inter Milan. No, Jose, I need to move on. I need to progress. I need to go to the next level. Well, he's gone into a little cupboard. And now he's trying to make his way back to Tottenham Hotspur. As a Tottenham fan, Flav, how do you feel about him returning? A lot of people say don't go back. Is this one of them?
Often that in football is correct and you shouldn't go back. And I can't think of too many occasions where it's really worked. But just one more thing, right? Just on Eriksen, how sad this is. You can imagine about 2 years into his career, 2 months, into his career, he's on the training ground. He just goes to himself,
Yeah.
That's it.
Probably. I mean, the kits are nice, but I probably should have stayed at Spurs.
The thing is, right, with Spurs, maybe you shouldn't go back, but Mourinho and Daniel Levy never wanted him to leave. They made it clear that they would match any wages that Inter Milan would offer. And to Christian Eriksen's credit, he wanted to go on and experience something new. In terms of tactically what this could do for Tottenham, it would mean that he would be able to play in that typical number 10 role, which would free up Ndombele to play in a number 8, which would enable Tottenham to be a much more progressive team than we have been this season thus far. That's not to say against Liverpool and the big teams that are very dangerous that Eriksen would play. He probably wouldn't, but he would be much better used when we're lined up against the side that sits back and encourages Tottenham to break him down. But it's a big risk when you've got Dele Alli who can potentially do that already.
Yeah, I think that's the big one for me. Is it highlights that there's often with transfers there's a bit of a ripple effect, and we're going to get onto that in a second with another transfer. But with Spurs in particular, it does feel like if this move does happen, then Dele Alli definitely has to make way. So I think it really is a watch this space move for Eriksen. But the form that he's in, the confidence that he's got at the moment, it's got to be low. So even if he does come into this Tottenham squad, does he actually improve it? Let us know in the comments below.
The Mirror reports that Manchester United are braced for a bid from Juventus for Paul Pogba. The Italian giants want to re-sign the player, and his contract is up in 2022. That means that this season, or this summer rather, it will be the best place for Man United to be in order to maximise the amount of money they're going to get for their amazing midfielder. You've got to say he's still quite. I mean, saw the goal he scored the other day. He's just fantastic. So United don't want to keep him, but would he be able to resist the money that's on offer from Juventus when there's no guarantee that he's going to sign a new contract?
The whole team are playing well, but Paul Pogba's really come into his own in the last. Well, since it came out from his agent that he did want to want to move on. So
yeah.
There's no right answer here because look, you want him to continue to play well. But at the same time, would that continue if he signed the contract like another player, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang? He signed the thing, and then he couldn't score a goal. I feel like this is one of those. So as good as he's playing right now, that's probably going to allow the transfer to be a higher bid from Juventus. But I would still suggest that Paul Pogba needs to move on. What do you think?
Well, Juve are hoping for a player plus cash deal, and no selling club really likes those because the players they're being offered, like Ramsey, Rabiot, and Douglas Costa, none of them fill Paul Pogba's shoes, do they? Not even an additional amount of money would guarantee that Man United can find a player of his ilk. So, I mean, it's a case of United giving him a substantial contract to ensure that he stays and build the success that they're having around him and his future years playing for the football club. There's also an argument that removing him would take the circus away, free up wages, and maybe they have other ideas and other designs on other players. But yeah, I think fundamentally Man United need to keep Paul Pogba.
Okay then guys, let's get into it with the main man himself, Fabrizio Romano, who joins me now to go through the transfer stories once again, 1 week later. The January transfer window, first off, does it feel a little bit stagnant this year with everything that's going on at the moment?
Hello guys, and big pleasure to be again with you. Yes, it's not so easy. Normal in January is normal to have this kind of window, waiting till the last days to make some deal and also to find new opportunities. So this is normal, but also in this situation with the pandemic, obviously the top clubs are not moving, and obviously the top clubs move the market in normal situations. So imagine like clubs like Barcelona, Real Madrid, and big clubs in England, and the same in Italy, and the same with Paris Saint-Germain. It's really complicated, and Bayern Munich not doing any business. So in this moment, to move money for top class is really difficult, and that's why in this moment the market is not exciting. But I think in the coming days something interesting will happen, because when they look at opportunities in the last weeks, in the last 10 days, something can arrive for sure.
Yeah, people's hands are forced that little bit more. I guess the money, if anywhere, it's probably in the Premier League, and probably with the likes of Manchester City. Manchester City look pretty much certain to sign a striker at some point. It seems like it's their main priority. And, you work in Italy with the Italian league a lot of the time, as much as other clubs as well, obviously. But Romelu Lukaku being linked with Manchester City, which I think would be quite a surprise to a lot of people because he's been so brilliant at Inter Milan. Is that one that you could see happening? And where has that one come from? Where is that story broken from?
I saw some rumors here in Italy about Lukaku for Manchester City, just because for sure he's appreciated, and how you can't appreciate Romelu Lukaku. He's been one of the best strikers we have here in Serie A, and also playing at top level with Conte. But at the moment, to be honest, I was checking with people around Inter and around Lukaku, and there is absolutely nothing with Manchester City. I'm talking about official moods, official beefs, official meeting with the agent. At the moment, there is nothing. Then we have to wait, just because, as you mentioned, Manchester City are looking for a striker for next summer. So for sure, if Aguero will leave the club, and it's a huge possibility at the moment, there are huge possibilities to see Aguero out of Manchester City, they will look for a striker. But at the moment, with Inter for Lukaku, there is nothing. And remember that Inter paid 80 million euro to sign Lukaku. It was 2 years ago, 1 year and a half ago, and at the moment he's been amazing with Inter, and Conte loves him. So to sign Lukaku, you'd have to spend more than 100 million euro. And so at the moment it's not so easy, and I think it's really difficult to see him leaving Inter, because at the moment when you think to Inter, you have to think to Romelu Lukaku.
Let's go to Serie A now. Juventus linked with Pogba, have been linked with Pogba for a long time. It seems to be it's Real Madrid and Juventus who are the two big names linked with Paul Pogba, who's got that problem with his contract. Question I've got with this one is that it feels like it's one where, Pogba at this moment in time probably still does want to leave, although his form and performance has been much, much better. The question for me is, how much do you think it costs to buy Paul Pogba, be it either in January or in the summer if you're Juventus?
In January, I think it's impossible, just because, as you mentioned, he has been so professional. Also, after the words of Mino Raiola announcing he wants to leave the club, he was playing as a serious professional. So at the moment, there is nothing, and Manchester United are not allowing him to leave in January. But next summer, I think he can leave the club, just because, as you mentioned, he has just 1 year of contract, so they can't have the risk of losing this kind of player for free. And that's why next summer Juventus will be in the race for sure. Also, clubs, the dream of Paul would be to play for Real Madrid, but he would love also to come back to Juventus. He was so loved player here at Juve, with teammates, with fans. So Juventus will be an option, as Paris Saint-Germain and as also Real Madrid. We will see about the price, because Manchester United always asked 100 million euro for Paul Pogba, but having only 1 year of contract, the hope of Juventus is that they can also negotiate for a possible swap deal for Pogba. They were trying, like 1 year ago in April, to offer players like Ramsey, like Rabiot, like Pjanic, now he is at Barcelona, like Douglas Costa, and he will be at Juventus next summer, because Bayern Munich are not signing him on a permanent deal. So they were trying for a swap deal, and Manchester United always said, no, if you want Pogba, you have to pay 100 million euro. So we will see if next summer they will change their position.
A replacement for Paul Pogba, quite possibly. Christian Eriksen's had a nightmare at Inter Milan. Of course, cost a lot of money from Inter Milan as well, and so they want a fee. I've read that the Red Devils have put forward an offer of £1.3 million. That's 1.5 million euros, and then 3.5 million in terms of paying for his contract. I think most people thought that he was going to be going to Spurs, but could you see Man United hijacking this one? And Inter Milan, it seems you've said yourself that he's going to cost money. So how much would Inter Milan accept for the services of Christian Eriksen?
About Christian Eriksen, the position of Inter is, I was checking today morning about Manchester United rumors, and they told me we have not received anything from Manchester United. So they say the only club asking between intermediaries, it's not direct between Inter and Tottenham, but intermediaries working on it are Tottenham. So this is the only possibility at the moment. And I mention at the moment just because when you have this kind of player available on loan, really also tomorrow morning, everything can change, just because, as we mentioned, this is a market of opportunities. So if tomorrow morning another club like United or Arsenal or any other will make a bid, Inter are open to sell a player just because they are not happy with Eriksen. At the moment, there is nothing with Manchester United. Also because Eriksen is not playing in Inter. So going to Manchester United and having Bruno as a starter and Pogba and many others, and imagine that the quality player as Van de Beek is not playing. So having also Eriksen will be a problem for Manchester United, for the player, not for Manchester United, but for the player for sure. So at the moment, it's not so easy for Manchester United, but we will see if they will try. At the moment, I'm told that there is nothing advanced. And as you mentioned, Inter want only for Tottenham a loan fee. For other clubs, they are open to sell the player on loan, on simple loan, without a loan fee. For Tottenham, they want a loan fee just because last January, when they were negotiating, Tottenham asked for 20 million euro till the last day of negotiation, and they had 20 million euro. So now Inter want a loan fee from Tottenham, and the whole salary paid is 4 million euro after taxes for 6 months loan. So his salary is 8 million euro per season after taxes, and now this time they want 4 million euro because it's 6 months loan.
Fascinating stuff, Fabrizio. Thank you so much for spending some time with us and going through the transfer stories. Always so insightful, and we'll see you again very, very soon, I'm sure.
Thank you, my friend. It's always a big pleasure.
What's that you hear, guys? Flav, tell him.
Oh, this is the Snickers protein fan line, James. It's here to give you guys a chance to let off some steam during the transfer window.
Absolutely. So, guys, if you want to submit your transfer troubles, worries, or gripes, just get on Twitter and use the hashtag FanLine, and we could be answering your problems in next week's show. Let's take a look at what we had this week.
If Man City sign Haaland, do you think Jesus decides to leave Man City, or do you think he'll be happy as the backup?
Hello, Martin. Thanks for your submission. All I want to say is that don't worry about it. Don't worry. What are you worried about? Manchester City got any player they want.
Yeah.
Any player they want. Don't worry about Jesus. But let's deal with the matter at hand, James. The fact is, he's used to playing second fiddle. And if Haaland signs, you put him out on the left or the right. And Haaland ain't going to play every minute of every game if he did sign. So there's plenty of opportunity for Jesus to stay at City if you like him that much.
Yeah, I mean, look, I've got to. I understand where you're coming from, though, Martin, because I think on a personal level, Gabriel Jesus is looking a bit worried. I saw him; he wanted to take that penalty when Gundogan got the penalty. He said, "Can I take it?" And Gundogan went, "No, you can't." So he's concerned himself. So I understand why you're concerned. This is a really, really good problem. So we've put this one actually to the main man himself, Fabrizio Romano. Let's hear what he had to say about it.
At the moment, Gabriel is just waiting to understand what's going on, because he will love to stay. But as you mentioned, having another top striker and a young one, as would be with this kind of names, would be a problem for him. But at the moment, he's not asked to leave the club. So he's just waiting. He knows that he has to change also his mentality. He needs to score important goals. He needs to be the best part of what we know of Gabriel Jesus. So in the coming months, we will understand about him. About Haaland, I'm not so sure that it's leaving Borussia Dortmund next summer, just because the release clause of Holland will be valid since the next year, next summer. Sorry, not the next one, but the other one. So in 2 years, Holland will be available for 75 million euro. This summer, you have to negotiate with Borussia Dortmund. And I think it will be really difficult also because if they will sell, as I think, Jadon Sancho to some Premier League clubs or any other one, we will see what's going on, will be difficult to sell also Erling Haaland, also because the player is happy. In Dortmund, he said, I'm so happy here, and it's true. Also, he has not asked to his agent, Mino Raiola, to leave the club, so he's not sure that Haaland is leaving Borussia Dortmund to join Manchester City next summer. For sure, a lot of clubs are interested, they love him, but we're talking, in my opinion, about the best young talent we have in the world right now. So for sure, having the situation with Manchester City and a lot of clubs, United, Chelsea, I can mention also Paris Saint-Germain, I can mention Spanish clubs, because also Barcelona and Real Madrid are looking at him. So really, there are a lot of clubs on Holland, and the race is absolutely open.
The second problem on this week's fan line, and remember, get on Twitter, use the hashtag FanLine if you want to be considered for next week's show. And it came from Alfred, who tweeted us this. Misinformation about transfers, getting my hopes up, just have my dreams crushed. I don't know who to trust. It's a trust issue, Flav. How do you feel about this one? Help Alfred.
Well, what I would say, Jim, is don't worry about it. That's what we say, Jim, isn't it? When there's a problem around football, what do we say?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It's like transfer rumours is big business, right? Lots of people, lots of news outlets out there, websites out there. They make a lot of traffic. They get a lot of traffic based on making up rumours that are not real. If you want actual rumours that are real, you've got to watch this show.
Exactly.
No, it says it in the title. No nonsense. There's nothing nonsense. All we talk about here is deals that are likely to happen, or there is actual meat on the bone. That's why we've got Romano on the show.
Yeah, that's it. And look, the other thing I would say is, Alfred, close your eyes for a second. Dream. Dream.
Dream big.
Dream big. Why not enjoy the speculation? Enjoy the highs and lows of the transfer window, and enjoy it with us, as you have just done. I hope that's helped.
Nothing. I've got something else for him.
Go on.
Nothing happens if you don't visualise to realise.
Yeah.
So just believe everything.
Yeah.
Believe in everything.
So it was it, Flav? Realise to
visualise to realise.
To optimise.
To optimise.
Yeah.
Visualise.
Okay then, guys, that's it for another week of the No Nonsense Transfer Show, powered by Snickers Protein. But don't forget, we will be back next Thursday for more transfer stories and transfer goodness. Flav, is there anything you'd like to say to people before we leave?
Snickers protein bars have 30% less sugar and more protein than your standard Snickers bar.
Yeah, no, really good point. Well made. But also maybe the deadline day special. You want to
4 hours of deadline day transfer show that's on Ball Street's channel. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it, because where else would you be?